Hi, I'm Joe Sanwright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. We've been talking about how the attention span can be extended, and I promised that I would give some actual activities of how to do that. And some I've used and some I've researched, and will include a link in the box below of where I found some of these ideas because I want to give everybody credit who influences my talks in the morning. And this particular article was pretty extensive. So let's start. First, I like to give a reason for what we're learning or to let the students know what we're about to learn. And I think this gives them something to hook their thoughts on. So they know right off the bat that we're going to be looking at, say, like negative integers, or we're going to be learning 5 new vocabulary words. And this, sometimes I believe this gives the child a little bit of a boost. Oh, 5 words. That's easy. I could take that and, hang around long enough in my attention world to listen to what she's going to say. So, and I try to give my lessons in chunks. So the 5 words I might give on right on the board or show word cards, and then take a break and say, these are the 5 words, but can you use this word in a sentence? So I engage the student in having them help me teach them, so their mind is now actively looking for a way to use that word in a sentence. So engaging the student by first telling them what you're going to teach, teaching it, and then reteaching it. And I think that engagement part comes in the reteaching part. Um, they're now having to say the new word, and they're now having to put that word in a sentence or use it as they would in a sentence, putting themselves in that activity. Say, like, jump. I jumped all over the room. That's great. And then I try to throw some action in. Can you jump for me now? And that's really good for stimulating the brain because you know the word, you see it, you've said it, and writing it also, but acting it out really embeds that word in a child's mind. And I like to do similar things with rhyming words. I might put 5 rhyming words up and then show that the last maybe 3 or 4 letters are the same. And the student is now actively engaged in trying to find patterns with the words that are being introduced. You could do this with math, show patterns, like when you're doing exponential numbers, show how many numbers does it take to make that to the second power. You could do it with a lot of things. It's just being more explicit. And that's the key word, making the instruction explicit and tangible for the student. So, number 2, memory games. I love memory games. They've been always such a wonderful, fun part of my childhood, and, there was this game called Husker Du out on the market some time ago, and you had, like, cards. I think, well, one game in particular, I'm not sure if that's how Husker Du was played, but you have, like, 2 matching cards in a kit, but you've placed all of the cards in the kit upside down, and the student would have to turn over 2 at a time to find out if they've been able to match, if they can remember where the matching card is. And so, believe it or not, that's extending the attention because the student or the child is engaged. They want to be sure that they can, that was that card with the alligator on up here in this upper corner, was it one below that? And so they're actively paying attention to something and having fun, which is huge in extending the attention or doing any activity with a child. You want to make it fun because games are just, engaging. Um, Another thing, is making it physical. And like I said, you could have the child jump to show that they're doing a jumping jack and or to match the word jump. And you could say, okay, now we've jumped. Here's the next word. It's blow. So can you blow a balloon across the room? And you can have a balloon in the room and have bake it into a game. Can you blow this balloon up in the air and have the word is becoming embedded into the child's mind because they have a physical and an active participation in looking at that word. But another physical idea to keep a lesson engaging is like one teacher said she had students get up in the middle of her Zoom and go and touch the four walls of the room. And then they'd sit down and see who could do it the fastest. And then in the middle of a class, you could have a child just do an arm break and make pretend you're running really fast. And you're getting also the blood into the brain because after sitting for a long while, we all can glaze over, as you know, from meetings that you've attended. So doing something active, something physical in the middle of a lesson is a real good way to reattach that attention to what you're teaching. So we'll talk about a few more in our next session. So thank you for being here, and please remember to subscribe and share. And I truly appreciate that. Talk with you very soon. Bye bye.